I'll put the show on the road so I can go buy Taco Bell.
Let's do it. You could also set your Taco Bell order ahead.
I don't want it to be cold. I'll get it fresh. It'd still be cold when I get home, but at least it'll be fresh.
The 3
Freshly
blocks
cold.
it takes.
It seriously does.
Mm-hmm.
Taco Bell has a very narrow window of edibility.
True.
Wow,
although it does circle back after like 12 hours. Especially if you don't refrigerate it.
Oh, dear God. What?
And you're
what
wondering how I
about,
got food poisoning the last time I had Taco Bell?
You waited 12 hours to eat it?
No, I mean, not the time I got food poisoning.
Welcome to Namely 90s, the podcast that takes you back to the time before smartphones, Google, and Y2K. Join your hosts as they relive the pop culture that shaped a generation and the parts that many people wish they could forget. Listen in to the conversation about how the decade defined those who spent their childhood there and how it shaped them as adults. So, turn down the grunge and dial up the internet. Let's get started. It's time for Namely 90s.
That's right. You're listening to Namely 90s. My name's Andrew, and over there is Brandon.
That's me.
You can find us online at namely90s.com or on Instagram and Bluesky at namely90s with the 90s. You can also find us on YouTube every Monday at youtube.com/@namely90s. And if you'd like to support the show, head over to patreon.com/namely90s and get signed up for one of our support levels. Hello again from the road. You can tell by the quality of my audio, which frankly is something to do with this mixer because it's the same mic I use at home.
Interesting. Is your mic the version that has both the XLR and the USB on it? That's
mine is the Pod mic with just XLR. But I think I have a lot of those filters and the compression and things on this mixer, so it must be something with that.
To be fair, I didn't go back and fine tune your audio last week. I just put your old filter on it. So
it's fine. But like I think I had the compression enabled. It just sounds different, but it's not horrible. It's listenable.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I also feel like I should check and make sure that my microphone's recording from the right place.
You should.
Anyway,
so how'd you sleep?
That sounds weirdly unprompted. I'm not able to click on it right now. Anyway, yeah. So I was telling Andrew before we started. I saw Mean Girls last night, the reboot, with a bunch of friends, and
for some reason in my mind you said Mean Girls. The movie White Chicks came into my head.
You know, pale white girls might be the Wayans brothers doing whiteface. Tina Fey's there. No, and the movie surprisingly was all right. So if you look closely at the logo for this version of Mean Girls, there is a quarter note in the A. And so, yep, Andrew's eyes are narrowing. So if you're not familiar with Mean Girls was a 2004 comedy starring Lindsay Lohan. I think it was written by Tina Fey, at least produced by her. And it was a hit. It was a smash hit for, I think, our generation. It was one of the first like teen high school movies for us specifically. And yeah, you know, classic lines on Wednesdays we wear pink. You can't sit with us. Get in, loser. We're going shopping. All those. And then they made it into a musical about a decade ago. On Broadway, and apparently they adapted in this remake of Mean Girls. They adapted the musical and turned it into a movie. So, but in the trailers, No mention of it being a musical. No.
Oh no!
Like I was walking in thinking, oh, it's the girl that played Betty Brant in the MCU Spider-Man movies. She's kind of nice. She's good. I like her as an actress. And then, apparently the woman playing Regina is the person that does the Broadway Mean Girls. That's the evil mean girl. And then, it's because they have most of the teachers returning from the first one. Tina Fey's the teacher. Tim Meadows is the principal. John Hamm replaces what's his face as the gym coach that's teaching sex ed. But for the most part, it's the same cast, and except for the kids, because that would be weird. Lindsay Lohan makes a cameo. And where was I going with this?
Your sleep schedule.
I had a point to make about the mean. Oh, it was all right.
It was as bad as you thought it would be.
It wasn't the worst thing. It was a decent movie. I just why are all these? Apparently, this has happened a lot recently. Wonka was a musical, which. Hey, probably should be, since it's based on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which was 2 musical movies. And there's apparently some other recent movie that came out that was like, surprise! Oh, The Color Purple. Did you know the remake of The Color Purple was a musical?
Wasn't the original one a musical?
Well, no.
Was it turned into a musical?
I think it was turned into a musical, but I don't think...
Zack Snyder's The Color Purple? More to come on that later, folks.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
I didn't start the timer, so I don't know.
I need to rage on that for a little bit. It's been about 3 minutes.
Okay. It was like, why are all these movies that are musicals not advertising themselves as such? Is that not false advertising? Ooh, can we sue them like the people that sued whatever that movie was for not having... I think they sued Yesterday, the Beatles movie, for not having the hot Hispanic actress in it for more than
I
like
enjoyed
a scene.
that movie.
Yeah, but the trailers featured Isa Gonzalez.
Oh, okay, sure.
I think she was in like Baby Driver and stuff, and I don't know. And then
that won the Oscar for.
She was in Knives Out. Come on.
Was she?
Yeah, wasn't she?
I like Knives Out. That was good. She was that girl in Knives Out.
Yeah. Or I'm thinking of someone else.
I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah.
The Glass Onion was weird.
I only saw Knives Out for the first time this recently. It might have been a different person in Knives Out. Ooh.
Anyway,
sleep schedule.
Okay. Are you going, or should I say my thing?
You can say your thing since we're on movies.
I went on a movie kick the last 2 nights. I watched. I'm an aviation enthusiast, as you know. I don't fly, but like myself. But I watched 2 fairly acclaimed movies about airplane stuff. I watched Sully about Sully Sullenberger, The Miracle on the Hudson with Tom Hanks.
The Tom Hanks one, yeah.
Yeah, that was good. And I saw Flight. Denzel Washington plays that pilot. He like saves that plane, but then is like also addicted to booze and drugs. That was entertaining too.
Sorry, I confused Isaac Gonzalez for Ana de Armas.
Oh yeah, those
she
are
was
different
supposed
people.
Yeah, she was supposed to be the one in Yesterday, I think. And
I didn't know that.
She was like in the trailers a lot, and I think there's supposed to be like a romance subplot or something, or implied there was a romance subplot, but she's not in the movie at all. So people sued Yesterday for false advertising through their trailers.
Wow.
And they lost. So
yeah, they should.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, that was Ana de Armas. But either way, so you liked 2 movies.
Yeah. I watched and liked 2 movies.
That's surprising.
Oh, isn't it?
Yes. So anyway, after Mean Girls, we went out to the bars, and there was a jazz night at one of the local bars, and just ended up staying until like midnight-ish and got home around 1. I fell asleep on my couch around 2, but I fell asleep on my couch. And the last 2 nights I've been like YouTubing those open your 5th eye chakra with sleep for 12 hours and whatever, just soothing monastic moaning in the background, all that stuff, and hypnotize yourself to sleep, which I had been sleeping better throughout the night with them on, but it's also like I've only been sleeping maybe 6 hours at most for the last few days. So I wake up at 7 a.m. After falling asleep on the couch. And I'm like, I'm just going to catch a few more links in bed. And then I woke up at 1:40 in the afternoon.
Oh,
I didn't have anything to do today, but I was just like, well, my day's gone.
I slept like I had malaria last night. Like just
so you were
hot,
dying,
cold, waking up. Well, it's so cold in here that I went to bed with like a shirt on.
Mm-hmm.
But like then it got hot in here. It was
so you took off all your clothes.
But I also ate kind of a late dinner of kind of like zesty food. I had a delightful. Okay, so I went to Mod Pizza and the guy he's like, "You want some chopped garlic?"
Eating at Mod Pizza.
No, he was like, "Hey, you want some chopped garlic?" I was like, "Sure." And usually they put the sauce on and then they sprinkle a little bit on. No, he put the sauce on and then put an entire scoop of minced garlic in the sauce and then spread it all around. Then I added spicy things.
That actually sounds good to me.
And it was good. I mean, don't get me wrong, but then I had zesty dreams as a result of it and was spicy all night. But I tried. They had a red velvet. They basically have a ding dong. It's called a no-name cake, so I can't use the name, but it's a ding dong.
Right.
And they had red velvet ding dongs. Sometimes they have pride ding dongs, but that was a different month. And it was the worst thing ever.
What? Why is red velvet the theme for this?
It's for Valentine's. Like it's coming up for Valentine's.
Oh, okay.
But what I have to say is red velvet is chocolate cake that's red.
Correct.
This was not a chocolate cake. It was like a red sponge, but there was no chocolate. And then the cream tasted like they had mixed, I don't know, like jet puff marshmallows with like pencil shavings. It was the strangest thing I've ever eaten.
It sounds terrible.
I mean, I ate the whole thing, but
of course, why wouldn't?
Don't get me wrong, but it was disgusting. Do not get that.
I mean, because I think they missed the velvet part of the red velvet. Clearly, no. Maybe
yeah, sorry.
No worries.
I'm reading the past report, so sorry.
Yes, Andrew may be stuck in the Western world if he doesn't get out by the end of tonight. What?
I'm not going tonight. That's for damn sure. Driving in the dark. I'm an old man now. I can't see in the dark.
Really?
Yeah.
One of my aunts has night blindness, so she doesn't drive it after the sun sets. And when I'm back in Washington, I'll drive her around sometimes and be like, so it's like, I don't know, dusk. And I'm like, well, so what can you see right now while we're driving? And she's like, not a lot. I'm like, that's terrifying. I don't want to get old.
Is she a werewolf? Is that really what's going on?
Yes. Transforming by the light of the moon. No, it just says that it's like she can see, but like the lights coming the other way will blind her.
Yeah, that's why I wear glasses. It really helps with the glare from those other lights.
That's a good tip. I just drive through it now. Yeah, so I think that. What was
I was
that?
going to say, I just complained about the thing. Last night I texted you, was it last night? About movies with directors who put their name on the movie.
What was it last night?
Yeah, like the one.
Yes. It was yesterday.
Zack Snyder. And my question to you was like, is this guy just a douche? Like, why? Like, I barely know who. If it weren't for you, Brand, I would not know who this guy was even. And
You've watched one of his movies.
Go ahead and throw in your name in there. Like, you're not famous enough for that.
He's on par with Michael Bay.
But they don't do that. Why does he need to do that?
Michael Bay's Transformers?
It's not part of the title.
It is part of the title.
It is not.
Is it not? I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, I think
it's just such a conceited thing to do, and I don't know what it adds to the title. Like, can't you just let the work speak for itself?
I feel like it's marketing these days. I
don't think that makes a difference to marketing. If anything, it makes me think, wow, what a dumb name.
Yes, and I absolutely agree, and I'm on your side. But there's definitely stupid studio execs that are like, let's just put Zack Snyder's name on everything. Mostly
what was the one from the Power Rangers last week? It was like Saban. Okay, yes. Like the coach from Alabama. They just retired, or who are we talking about here?
Saban is the guy that brought the Power Rangers over in the 90s.
Okay, I'll allow that because he was like part of the original thing.
They weren't going for Michael Bay. All
right, sorry, I can stop venting now. We have to move on.
Yes. No doubt.
Zack Snyder's Namely 90s. No.
Zack Snyder's Namely 90s presenting No Doubt at Coachella. Did you hear about
this? Sponsored by Kez. I don't know. Why Kez? That's just the name that came to mind.
Because damn, Andrew, kicking it with them light Keds. Okay. Damn, Daniel.
Don't speak.
I know just what you're saying, but I don't see a reason.
And that's all the lyrics I know from No Doubt.
Tell me, because it hurts.
Something about speak. Ska. Are they officially ska, or are they like ska light?
Yeah, I mean, they were definitely like San Diego ska, like ska punk, I think is the genre they are under.
It's now ska punk country with Blake Shelton.
What if they just bring him on in the middle of...
Yeah.
Yeah, because Gwen Stefani, they were on The Voice together, right?
Yes, indeed.
According to Wikipedia, we have the genres of pop rock, ska punk, new wave, ska, reggae, and rock. And if you're not familiar with No Doubt, it's an American rock band from Anaheim, California, formed in 1986. Wow, they're old. Which consists of vocalist Gwen Stefani, guitarist Tom Dermott, bassist Tony Kanal, and drummer Adrian Young. They were popular starting in the, I would say, mid-90s. And their debut album was from 1992 called a self-titled album. Their third album was Tragic Kingdom, which is kind of the one that got them to the tops of the charts. And Don't Speak, which is what we were just quoting, is the third single from that album, which spent 16 weeks at number one on the Billboard Hot 100. And I think Just the Girls on that one, Spiderwebs. I owned that album.
I think those are the 3 songs that exist that I know of.
I think there's 4. I think because they also, they did
was Hollaback Girl on that one.
That's her solo work, and I don't know what Hollaback Girl is.
But I want her dead.
But I know I want her dead.
Family Guy, great one.
Family Guy. I'm pretty sure that was Love Angel Music Baby, 2004, or The Sweet Escape from 2006. But yeah, they won Best Rock Album for. They were nominated for Best Rock Album at the 43rd Grammys for The Return of Saturn, which was a 2000 album, which had the top 40 hit single "Simple Kind of Life." That's the other one, which
Oh.
Yeah. That's a song.
Yeah, I'm listening to, as you know, everyone knows, Loveline. Loveline.
Yep.
And No Doubt came in the studio a year and a half ago, where I am in the chronology.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't get along. Adam hates No Doubt. No Doubt hates Adam. And it's pretty entertaining.
Like there's actual strife in
I think
the episode?
Not in the episode, but I think they took exception to some things he said and then like decided not to come on anymore or whatever. And then I think Adam Carolla said something along the lines of like, good luck with your crappy band or something. So it was like before they had really dropped, you know?
Yeah. Because the female singer, unheard of at the time.
But like Gwen Stefani at that time, I mean, she's very young, granted.
Right.
He's an idiot. Like, it's just listening to her talk is painful. Not sure that's changed. But, yeah, it was very interesting. Very interesting indeed.
Huh. Yeah. So last week, Coachella dropped their 2024 poster. And like right at, I think it was either at the top or the bottom, it was like No Doubt headlining,
But there is some doubt. By the way, for like the longest time, I didn't know there was a difference between Watershed and Coachella. And then I found out Watershed is like a country music festival at the Gorge.
Yeah, well, I was about to say, what the hell is Watershed? Yeah, they actually do have a country music festival like the week after Coachella in Coachella, in Indio, called Stagecoach.
Wait, I know that one. Is that in the Coachella Valley by chance?
Yes, Coachella Valley Indio is in the Coachella Valley.
That's so funny. The Kraken's farm team is the Coachella Valley Firebirds.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I can go check that out. Yeah, so I'm looking at the poster right now. Friday, Lana Del Rey's headlining. Saturday, Tyler the Creator's headlining. And Sunday, Doja Cat's headlining. And then at the bottom it says, and, ampersand, No Doubt. Just sitting there. Are they playing?
That reminds me, the license plate on all the test vehicles in Mythbusters said No Doubt.
Huh.
But instead of a BT, it said DT. No Doubt.
No Doubt.
That's a really random fact, but now you know that.
I dare you to look at the Coachella.com Coachella poster and tell me if you can recognize anyone else on this lineup. I see Sabrina Carpenter, who was the best friend on Girl Meets World.
What is wrong with this website? Oh, it's just really bad.
Yes.
Hatsune
Miku.
Justice is like Justice Beaver.
Yes.
I recognize the Deftones.
Oh, wait, where's the Deftones?
First Day.
Yep. Hatsune Miku, who is a Japanese AI, or like a VTuber.
Gosh, we watched that. We watched that New Year's Rockin' Eve special thing, and they had this like Korean girl band that does the song, or like girl group that does the song "Super Shy," and it was literally the cringiest, worst possible thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Are you trying to get the K-pop stands after us?
It was crazy. Anyway, I recognize Sublime.
Oh, the Aquabats are on there.
Sublime. I recognize the Aquabats. I don't recognize Blix. Let's see who else.
Let's see.
Yeah, this is Who's Who of Nobody.
Oh, Taking Back Sunday is playing on Sunday. Oh,
boy, their name is small. DJ Snake. I know that one.
Who's
something.
DJ Snake?
BB Rexa. She can't sing. Taking Back Sunday. Aquabats, of course.
DJ Seinfeld.
Wait, is Aquabats on there? I see Art Bat.
Aquabats was the second day. Third line.
How did I not see that?
Because you were looking at Sublime.
Where is Aquabats?
Third line, second day.
You're right. I've never heard of Jockstrap, at least not the band.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is a whole bunch of nobodies. Can't wait to see Bicep live in concert.
Yeah. It is definitely Bicep.
I want to see Feeble Little Horse. That's my favorite name.
I'm really down with the... Wow, someone, all caps, Joplin, except with a Y.
Flight Facilities. DJ Seinfeld. Wow.
But, yeah, remember when Coachella was like...
Had famous people playing it?
I was going to say the exact opposite. Remember when Coachella was like for hipsters?
Yeah, I don't know what this is supposed to appeal to.
I'm going to guess Gen Z and influencers. Like last year, I guess this isn't too 90s, but last year, I think the only people that went to Coachella were influencers. Like,
is it now impossible to go to? Oh, it's 2 weekends.
2 weekends, yep. But the first weekend, anyone with a like TikTok or an Instagram account that thinks they're an influencer or is an influencer goes the first weekend, and they're just like, yeah. And then slubs go. I think
I have a problem with people who are a solo act having a name like, for example, Tyler the Creator.
Are you just aiming for like everyone with a rabid fan base? Like,
yes.
K-pop fans, Tyler the Creator fans, like
when you really take a step back and read that name,
yes,
it just makes you want to bash your head into a wall, doesn't it?
Elaborate?
I don't know. I can't really elaborate beyond that, but that's just the general feel I'm getting from it.
I mean, he's an actual rapper, so like, there were like,
Do rappers use commas?
Fair. He's
oh, there it is. Oh, I know Blur.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Blur.
The joke Adam Carolla always makes, because they also have been on Love Line a lot, is it like, because they're just like these really chilled out like British dudes.
Yes.
Is it like that name takes the least amount of energy to say? Blur. Blur.
Blur.
Blur. The name of our band is Blur.
Yeah, but like, it's Coachella, man. Who's
but
going
Lana Del Rey is
anymore?
excellent. I don't know who that is.
What?
Well, I just think of like the meme. It was Llama Del Rey, where it was like a picture of her as a llama. Every time I hear Lana Del Rey.
That's funny. Yeah. No, I just think
a lot of these are
like sad
electronic, sort of like dance people. I don't know.
Coachella. I think for me, Coachella hit the low when it was like AC/DC is headlining Friday, Beyonce is headlining Tuesday, or no, sorry, Saturday, and then Sunday was like, who the fuck?
Like, I'm not sure why Taking Back Sunday would be playing this.
They were touring last year, as like, because it was the 20th anniversary of that emo album everyone liked, the one that has the song like "Cute" without the E, and
also, when does No Doubt play? I'm confused.
I am confused as well, and I don't think they really cleared that up.
Cool.
Yeah, the song is called "Cute Here," I think, but it's "Cute" without the E
here.
in parentheses. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, No Doubt was a band that existed.
Yeah, we did a great job covering No Doubt. How they reunited like 10 years ago already, and Gwen Stefani had a pretty decent solo career.
Decent enough to get on The Voice.
Yes. Not as a contestant.
Sure.
Taking Back Sunday apparently has a new album out last year.
Cool.
Yeah. Where's the song? It's
Yeah.
before you toss it, let me
I'm gonna just vamp a little bit.
Sorry, cute.
What do you get when you? Oh, okay.
Cute without the E. Cut from the team is the song. Yeah, that wasn't worth it. If you see Jordan.
And now let's go to Brandon for the Namely 90s Minute.
Welcome back to Namely 90s Minute. Every week we look back at a culturally relevant show, movie, or piece of pop culture that probably helps stoke the algorithm. This week, because I screwed up the timing on our Coachella 90s over on the Insanely Dangerous Retro Podshow, I'm doing a movie I love, Airborne. Airborne is a 1993 comedy drama about inline skating starring a kid from the Stridex commercial because it's all I can find video of, Oz from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Brunhilde from Xena Warrior Princess, the love interest from the next Karate Kid, Mr. Rooney's secretary from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the math teacher from Saved by the Bell, Nacho Libre, and one of the friends in Legally Blonde. The story starts as teen Californian rollerblading surfer Mitchell Goosen is told by his zoologist parents that they're going to Australia on a grant for 6 months while he's going to be shipped off to Cincinnati, Ohio to finish his high school semester in the middle of winter, living with his cousin young Seth Green and his old-fashioned Midwestern parents. On Mitchell's first day at his new school, he gets antagonized by the street-level ice hockey players, including second-in-command young Jack Black, for Mitchell's easygoing ways and Cali-style appearance. With an upcoming game against their rivals, the Preps, Mitchell and young Seth Green get conscripted to play. Mitchell, who had never played hockey before, ends up scoring on their own goal, cementing the ire from their leader Jack, not young Jack Black, and the rest of the crew. But he ends up getting a date with a cute girl named Nikki, who he eventually convinces to bring a friend for young Seth Green for a double date. On the double date, they run into Jack, who ends up being Nikki's older, protective brother, who tries to pick a fight with Mitchell, but Mitchell's nonchalant surfer attitude lets slip that nothing matters since he's leaving in a few months, which strikes a chord with both Nikki and young Seth Green, both getting mad at him and leaving. That night, Mitchell has a crazy, not drug-induced dream where he speaks perfect Spanish with a shark named Pepe who says, "La ola es mía." The wave is mine, sparking him to realize he shouldn't be afraid of Jack for a once-in-a-lifetime wave. You don't have to fight the shark to fight for the wave. The wave is a girl. Mitchell joins a street hockey game against the Preps with the street crew and pantses the Preps captain, which earns the respect of the crew. In the end, there's a giant downhill race against the Preps to settle things once and for all, and Mitchell jumps off the roof of a 4-story parking garage into a bed of a dump truck to win at the last minute. He gets the girl, his cousin gets the other girl, and they all get the respect of their classmates. And that's Airborne in the Namely 90s Minute. More or less.
And now, back to the show.
And now it is time to toss it over to our friends from the Insanely Dangerous...
Toss it off to our friends, Gaz and Dange, over in England land.
Just hit play, Brandon. You know, your video's on.
I know. We have short attention spans here in America.
True. I had to do jazz dancing last night.
For improv?
No, we were at a jazz club, and the girls were like, let's dance. And I'm like, I don't know how
So,
to dance.
improv?
Hey there, Brandon and Andrew. It's Gaz and Dange from TIDRP, your brother horseman in this retro apocalypse.
Today we have a little quiz for you, a memory game if you will, that Gaz has lazily named Quote the 90s.
This week we're sending you a quote and see if you can guess its origins from some piece of pop culture from the 90s.
Just remember, our worlds weren't as interconnected then as we lived across the pond and the internet still ran on coal.
We'll also, because we're copying you, do multiple readings and either do a poor imitation of the character/person who said it, or poor imitations of whoever we feel like.
And if you're lucky, you'll hear me slip into my terribly offensive English accent.
Is that enough of a setup for you lads? Are you ready for Quotely 90s?
Name the movie and if possible the character that said this. Bonus points for the actor.
And stay away from downtown on the 18th. It's going to be a little smoggy.
And stay away from downtown on the 18th. It's going to be a little smoggy.
And stay away from downtown on the 18th. It's going to be a little smoggy.
Oh yeah. Stay away from downtown on the 18th. it's gonna be a little smoggy.
And stay away from downtown on the 18th. It's going to be a little, smoggy.
Oh yeah, baby. Stay away from downtown on the 18th. It's gonna be a little smoggy.
And stay away from downtown on the 18th. It's going to be a little smoggy.
Stay away from downtown on the 18th. It's gonna be a little smoggy.
And stay away from downtown on the 18th. It's going to be a little smoggy.
Stay away from downtown on the 18th. It's going to be a little smoggy.
And stay away from downtown on the 18th. It's going to be a little smoggy.
So, I mean, do you have any idea?
No.
It kind of sounded a little familiar. Before we start, though, I was listening to their show, last week's show, which, by the way, I apologize. I accidentally got the schedule out of whack for our Quotes. It'll be synced up this week. But Gaz said he always tries, on his last one, he always tries to do your voice, which is funnier listening to this because I was nowhere near your voice. Because they said, he's like, Andrew has such a great voice and I wish I could hit it, but they're unable to do so.
The Mask.
Yeah, The Mask.
Smoking.
But he was saying smoggy.
I know. Well, the first one was smoky, but they have accents.
So
Was it smoky or smoggy?
Is that like an LA thing then? No, it's always smoggy in LA though.
Yeah, stay away from I mean, yeah, a couple of them did sound like The Mask to me as well, but wasn't The Mask an answer already?
I don't remember actually.
I thought the first one they did, it was The Mask, and it was that or Ace Ventura. But I thought it was The Mask because I was like, dang it, because you like The Mask, right? That's a part of the lore?
I don't answer that. This is impossible.
Smoggy 18th. I mean, to be fair, we did send them The Parent Trap last time, although we did say seeing double in the thing. Do you think? Is there some movie about smog that we're not remembering?
No, I got nothing on this. This is damn near impossible.
Jim Carrey movies, 90s. We have Ace Ventura. We have
Liar,
The Mask.
Liar,
Dumb and Dumber. They've done haven't they? They've done Dumb and Dumber and
yes,
they've done The
man.
Mask.
That was the 2000s.
Bruce Almighty. That was also 2000s.
Smoggy. How would you affect an entire downtown to make it smoggy?
So maybe that's more of a superhero movie. They don't like superheroes, so smoggy. It's gonna be smoggy on the 18th specifically. Yeah, you're fair. They said movie, right? I wasn't.
I think so.
I guess The Mask then.
Jim Carrey,
The Mask.
The Mask. The Mask. It's not right, but
okay.
I gotta know.
All right, here we go.
Okay, boys, it's time to get completely off your faces.
Stay away from downtown on the 18th. It's going to be a little,
Was said by Castor Troy, played by Nicolas Cage in the 1997 science fiction action thriller Face Off.
This John Woo directed flick has become celebrated and loved across generations of critics and fans alike, and I think even Dange and I might agree on this 100%. Just for once.
Oh, I think you're correct on that. I think we're 100%. I love Nicolas Cage in the 90s. And if you want to know more about Face Off, then tune in next month when we discuss it on the main part of the show.
Rightio, find it on your platform of choice. But now, back over to those tongue-sucking, face-swapping peach lovers, Brandon and Andrew. Nailed it.
Nope.
Nicolas Cage really is like a national treasure. I remember my mom didn't like that movie because they used the F word too much. I think it's because my brother tried to watch it with her. Not really appropriate for any child of any age.
Like when it came out?
Yeah, Face Off. Not in the theater. I think on like TV or something.
Huh. Yeah. I don't think I've actually seen it. Like, I know the memes. I know the Family Guy references.
Yeah, so John Travolta and Nicolas Cage essentially switch faces or bodies.
Faces. It's like, because one of them's a convict, and then
but like in actuality, they also change bodies because they're just the other person acting as the other person.
But in the lore of the movie, their faces change, and somehow their bodies completely change, except it's the same bodies on the other face.
I mean, I guess they have a similar body type back in the 90s.
Close, but no. Okay, I have seen like some of the like comedy videos on it, like, Everything Wrong with the CinemaSins one, or the Honest trailers. And the biggest plot point apparently is the convict, which I think is Nicolas Cage. I don't remember. Whoever's the convict has sex with the federal agent's wife that they swap faces for, and she's
that reminds
not
me.
like.
It has Danny Masterson in it. Yikes.
Yeah. But she's not like, oh, you have a completely different body than you did previously. Like, at no point, really.
It has like Nicolas Cage, John Travolta, Gina Gershon, Danny Masterson.
That's a cavalcade of people that you don't want speaking at a national convention.
Michael Douglas. Oh, yeah, I remember this. I listened to a Love Line where Margaret Cho was a guest, and she was talking about her time on Face Off. CCH Pounder.
Wow, that's a...
James Denton. Wow, this is intense.
Like camping.
Ha! Calm Fjord. That is. Anyone else famous?
That require me to pull Face Off.
No, there's no one else famous. That's it. That's everybody. Cool. Well, that was a movie. 7.3 on IMDb, 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. Could be good.
Should we watch it in the future? Or
no?
As always, you can check out our friends, our brother horsemen in this retro apocalypse, Gaz and Dange, over the Insanely Dangerous Retro Podshow. Because if you like your retro with an equal helping of the 80s to wash down the 90s, that's their show. And you can find it on your platform of choice to follow up with those Wascally Wabbits next month for this face-off. And you'll even get to catch us delivering a quality 90s to Gaz and Dange, which is sometimes relevant to our next episode. Platform of choice. Wherever platforms are platformed. Podcasts are potted.
Potted. Like plants.
Exactly, Andrew. I mean, I think we hit the mark, but or would you rather? I also found some BuzzFeed quizzes that are mildly related to No Doubt.
Quiet time comes up in 5 minutes, so I better record our next thing and then ski-daddle. So let's wrap.
All right. That's it for this week's edition of Namely 90s. Remember to find new episodes out every Monday. Find us on Instagram, Bluesky, and YouTube at Namely 90s with 90s, and tell us what you want us to talk about on future episodes. If you'd like to support the show, please check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Namely90s, also with a 90s. And finally, you can contact us through our website, Namely90s.com. Please subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Audible, Spiderwebs, Deezer, TuneIn, iHeart, Good Pods, and wherever you get your podcasts from. I'm Brandon, that's Andrew, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye. Oh, I'm sure. Ohio. Let's just call them Ohio. Let's combine them.